Alright, it's just after 5 a.m. and I am going to poach walnuts off this walnut tree at Ripplewood. Hopefully I can climb up there and knock a bunch of these walnuts off and then hike them back to the ranch before anyone knows I'm here. You do it? I really feel like I'm on some sort of Discovery Channel. I hear this narrator and he's saying, in the pre-dawn hours, modern Neanderthal gathers food. Oh, look at those ones. Bam! Chestnuts. Power, dude. These things are awesome. Maybe I'm losing my mind and zap, but I feel like I'm starting to narrate my own life. That was an early morning, but I got a lot of walnuts here to deal with. I'm gonna try and make some bread. I have a little walnuts in there to make my bread a little bit more palatable. I'm just gonna make like a quick rise bread with a little bit of baking soda and flour. And I toasted my nuts in my Dutch oven. Some butter. It's just gonna help it cook more even, I think. Top on. I didn't feel like I had enough coals on here, so I added a little bit of wood and I'm starting a little fire. So my understanding of the Dutch oven is that you want 2/3 of your heat on top and 1/3 on the bottom, because it's harder to scorch from the top. And then also it's good to pick it up and rotate it every 15 minutes. The bottom especially, so it doesn't scorch through the bottom, but also the top, so you get even cooking. And apparently you're supposed to rotate the bottom like one direction, like clockwise, and then the top would go the opposite direction, counterclockwise. It does not appear to be done. Still kind of gooey in the middle, so I'm going to continue to cook it for a little bit longer. I'm really excited about all these walnuts. I've been craving some nuts, and I've also been craving freaking bread, man. I don't know what it is, but I've just been wanting bread. So I'm actually gonna sit down and have a real breakfast. Oh shit. Hello? Yeah? Okay. Alright, sounds good. We'll see you in Avila Beach. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm here in San Luis, and I found this fig tree, so I'm gonna have some breakfast. So today's task is to pull everything off and get it out and hopefully can it up. There we go. So all this stuff is gonna end up going in our stew. You can see that there's 2 beds here that I've completed, and there's some more beds over there that are unfinished. So I'm going to double dig these beds. I'm going to start with this one behind me so that you can see how it's done. taking the plants out of the beds from the summer. There was a lot that hadn't finished producing. And so I got tons of tomatillos and green tomatoes. So I'm gonna try and throw this all in a pot and stew it down and can it and see if it's good. We'll see. You see my green tomato stew is really cooking down. I've also got some peppers I cut up, some carrots and some beets, and just random beans and stuff. Stew for breakfast. Stew for lunch. Stew for breakfast. Stew for dinner. Stew for breakfast. Stew is good for you.
Oh man, I'm hungry. Just all that activity we've been doing today. Cold beer and a burrito just sound really good. Hey, you want one?
I can't have one, I'm on a special diet.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
The hunter-gatherer diet. That looks awesome. You know what doesn't look awesome? This.
Whoa, looks like slop.
Dude, this is so gross.
Black water.
This is like stew every day for like 2 weeks now. So there's been these deer in the orchard and in my garden fairly consistently for a month now. And so I've been chasing them off, but my instructor was saying that because of depredation, if there's a deer in your garden and it's destroying, your livelihood, then you can actually legally shoot them out of season. So I'm gonna go see if there's any deer out there. You can see how all the leaves on the bottoms of these trees are all eaten off here, and then the ones up here aren't. That's because the deer have been freaking in here, gnawing all these plum trees. And that's an apple tree over there. There's some deer tracks right there. I don't know if you can see that. There's another one. Looks like they're going uphill, so my dad drives down this road every morning. So they must have gone up sometime tonight. Maybe they're still up in his garden. So you can see this apple tree at my house got totally nailed by the deer. Pretty much stripped. Yeah, this one got hit even worse. And when this first happened, there was apples on here and it came out and they were all falling off. And a bunch of them had big bite marks out. It looked like person bite marks. Pretty funny. My deer hunting excursion day 1, unsuccessful. Atop the Moadoa we stand, talking of eating lichen. Yum. Lichen. This is supposedly really good for you if you boil it down and eat it. The modern hunter-gatherer, far from shelter and home camp, collects berries for breakfast. Modern Neanderthal used tool to make life better.